My parents refused to let me bring my friends over, but his friends were allowed. Why is he allowed to bring his friends, but I'm not? It's our birthday, not just his. Well, you're a loser, George. Coming 6th makes you a loser. I understand our parents. Hear that, George? You're nothing but a loser. This birthday belongs to your brother, along with the coming ones.
When you finally get your senses back, you can have a birthday celebration.
And that was how I was left out of a birthday celebration with my twin. I was only allowed to take a picture with him. During the cake cutting, he did it with his fellow nerds, and they all took pictures with my parents. Meanwhile, I sat by the corner of the living room, wallowing in my sadness. After the celebration, my brother was allowed to spend the night at a friend's place. After they left, my parents made me clean the whole house, including the dirt my brother and his friends had left behind. My friends had gifts prepared for me. By the time I finished cleaning the whole house, it was nearly midnight. Hello? My name is George, and I'm 29 years old. I was born as a twin. We were both treated equally while we were toddlers, but once we got into junior high school, it changed. I wasn't so interested in education, so I simply did my best. However, my brother seemed obsessed with being a genius, so he took it seriously. My parents noticed the difference between us and immediately diverted their love and attention to my twin brother alone. Whenever we returned home with our results, they would face my twin and praise him for doing well, while I was left to myself. They stopped getting us matching outfits. While my brother wore designers and all, I was made to wear regular clothes. Many times they took him shopping and left me all alone at home. Because my brother was so hell-bent on making them continuously proud of him, he never made friends. At school, he was always alone, facing his books. And at home, he was either on his books or having naps. Me, on the other hand, believed in making friends. My parents thought I was irresponsible for making friends and not being a genius like my brother, even though I always maintained being in the top 5.
You stupid child! Your brother is studying hard in his room and all you can think of is going off to your friend's place?
Are you gonna waste your life with those friends of yours? Or are you going to get back in and start studying? I turned and headed back in. Forcefully, I grabbed my books and began going through them. However, before I could finish the second one, I fell asleep. My mother came in to meet me asleep, and her loud voice woke me up.
Get your lazy ass up, you good-for-nothing! How dare you fall asleep while reading? Are you cursed?
My father came in, hearing her voice, and my mother explained it all to him. I sincerely regret birthing you. Your brother should have been born alone. You don't deserve to be called his twin. Although not reading regularly didn't affect my results, my parents were obsessed with reading. They continued being that way, and it even worsened as we grew up. On our 15th birthday, the cake had only my brother's face on it. My parents refused to let me bring my friends over, but his friends were allowed. Why is he allowed to bring his friends, but I'm not? It's our birthday, not just his. Well, you're a loser, George. Coming 6th makes you a loser. I understand our parents. Hear that, George? You're nothing but a loser. This birthday belongs to your brother, along with the coming ones.
When you finally get your senses back, you can have a birthday celebration.
And that was how I was left out of a birthday celebration with my twin. I was only allowed to take a picture with him. During the cake cutting, he did it with his fellow nerds, and they all took pictures with my parents. Meanwhile, I sat by the corner of the living room, wallowing in my sadness. After the celebration, my brother was allowed to spend the night at a friend's place. After they left, my parents made me clean the whole house, including the dirt my brother and his friends had left behind. My friends had gifts prepared for me. By the time I finished cleaning the whole house, it was nearly midnight. I asked my parents if I could also have a sleepover at my friend's, but they refused, saying it was too late to leave the house. Mind you, my friend's house was only 5 houses away from ours. No matter how much I begged, they refused. I had to return to my room after they threatened to hit me. My brother returned quite late the next day. My father, without complaining, drove my brother to school in his car before heading to work, while I was made to use public transport. 2 months later, my grandfather moved in with us. He's the best gift nature brought to me. Barely a week with us, and he noticed the favoritism going on. One day, while we were having dinner, he brought the issue up. My father was quick to defend himself.
He's just a member of the family to us, Father. Nothing else. He's proven that he doesn't deserve to be part of us.
Yes, Grandpa. Could you believe that George came 6th? Mom and Dad always wanted him to move up to the 2nd position in the top 5, but he worsened the whole issue by coming 6th. He's a loser.
He surely is a loser. We're going to focus only on his twin. He can make his life as useless as he wants. All he knows is to go over with friends and try to cook.
That's the craziest part, Grandfather.
It is. I don't think he's ready for life. So, we're gonna take care of only his brother, our very good son.
I could see the look of surprise in my grandfather's eyes as his fork dropped from his hands.
You're treating your child this badly because he came 6th? Meanwhile, I checked the photo album, and for their 15th birthday celebration, I could only find one of George's pictures. What happened?
Oh, I celebrated it with my friends, Grandpa.
Since George took 6th, we thought we shouldn't celebrate him. The twin who topped the class was our son, his brother. And George isn't your son, right? I'm sorry, but you're all being so unfair to him.
With that, my grandfather stormed out of the dining room. 2 weeks later, it was time for him to leave. But before then, he called me to his room to discuss with him. I wondered what he wanted to talk about, but I heeded his call.
You'll be in college soon. Have you thought about what you'd like your future to be?
I replied that I had, and it was true. I wanted to be a renowned chef. I was always trying to help my mom cook something so I could, at least, know the basics, but she always refused and yelled at me to leave the kitchen. My grandfather asked if I was sure about pursuing that profession, and I responded that I was. Rather than going to college, I'd love to be at a cooking academy.
Your parents will never approve of this. After your graduation, I'm going to take you to start living with me.
I knew my parents would never agree, so you can imagine the joy in my heart when I realized that I'd be able to pursue my dream of being a chef. The months flew by quickly, and I finished my high school education. On our graduation ceremony day, my parents refused to let me attend.
You're going to disgrace us if they don't announce you among the top 5. Stay back at home.
You have no business being there. Your brother is the only one we want to be recognized with, not with a loser like you.
Have fun alone at home, bro. I was sad, but there was nothing I could do. I had a small phone, even though my brother had a huge and expensive one. I texted my friends and told them I won't be able to attend. They were sad, but I assured them that I was fine. I called my grandfather and told him about it. He asked me to get my things ready so that he would come take me the next day. I was tired of having to endure their mistreatment, so I quickly packed all my things in 3 boxes. The moment I finished, I heard loud noises from outside the house. As I walked out to check, I found some hefty men bringing a newly bought car in with decorations around it. I needed no magician to tell me the car was my brother's. When they returned home, it was confirmed that it did belong to my brother. While I stood there and watched, they all celebrated him. The car's key was handed to him, and he was allowed to leave with his friends in the new car. My parents finally walked into the house, not saying a word to me. I decided to speak first. Grandpa asked me to pack my things. He'd be coming down to take me tomorrow.
Well, good for you.
We don't need you here. I'm glad he's taking you away.
I was hurt by their words, but I didn't say a word. The next day, as promised, my grandpa came over to the house and took me.
I'm taking him to Italy. You both can focus on the twin for all I care, but you'll surely miss him. Miss him? Never. Please take him away.
Yes, take him. No one sees him worthy enough in this house. Matter of fact, I'm tired of seeing his face every day, and I'm sure my husband and son are too.
My grandfather, without exchanging words with them, left the house with me. We relocated to Italy, where he registered me into the best cooking academy. We both got new jobs to help us push through together. While working hard at my job, I channeled the same energy into the academy. Within 2 months, I was regarded as the best student by the top chef herself. I graduated after 3 years, and I was given a position at the academy to be a tutor. I did my job as diligently as I could. I'd found my place, so I ensured to do my best. With the money I made, I was able to relocate my grandfather and I into a better apartment. I also stopped him from working and put him on a monthly salary. After a year, I opened my first restaurant. Once it began doing well, I began my college education to get a degree in marketing. During these years, we heard nothing about my parents and brother. By the time I was done with my college education, I had 2 restaurants which were doing extremely well. I worked just as hard in college and emerged with an outstanding degree. I applied for a job as a marketing manager in a food company, and I was employed easily. I introduced my restaurants to them, and seeing how high I'd pushed it, agreed to partner with me. At age 27, I purchased a mansion and moved in with my grandfather. I took care of him in every way possible and made sure he never lacked anything, including affection. A year ago, I got a call from an unknown caller. I had my PA take care of the call, with the thought that it was from a client, but it turned out to be my twin brother. According to him, my parents' health was failing. He'd sold the house to take care of them, but money was still needed. His friends had abandoned him long ago, and no one was agreeing to help. He was working as a bartender, but it wasn't enough to help them. Own it home, bro. I've heard how rich you are. We're your family. I want you to forget the past and help us. Also, put me in charge of your restaurants. I'm more brilliant than you, and I'll make it even better. He still had his ego and the entitlement my parents had planted in him. Anyway, I refused to help him and told him I wanted nothing to do with them before I hung up. Reaching home, I told my grandfather about it, and he made me promise to not help them. Of course, I had no plan to. A few months later, my brother called again to inform me about the death of my parents. This time, he was a little humble and begging for a job, but I still refused. Go get a job with your perfect brain and stop calling me who you considered nothing but a loser, I warned, and that was the last time I heard from him. I later found out my brother was serving time in jail. From what I hear, the police got a tip that he sold drugs and searched his house. 2 kilos of it was found, and he was taken to jail. Apparently, he started taking drugs and selling it to make ends meet, but that only landed him in jail serves him right. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment.